Hello, my gentle beasts, and welcome to another episode of Across the Table. I am joined once again by everyone's favorite man with the beard, Wild Bill.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
And today we're talking about the left. And by the left, I don't mean like the left side of your body, the left political party, and how they've kind of started to.
Basically go fucking insane.
That one.
Yay.
So, at the forefront of this is George Takei, who George Takei played Mr. Sulu on Star Trek.
Oh, I think
And
I've heard about
he's
this one.
Oh my god. I hope. I don't know. Um, George Takei has kind of become the left's go to celebrity for all kinds of weird shit. So, George Takei grew up in California. And when he was 13 years old, he went to summer camp.
Oh, I have heard this one.
Yeah. George Takei had sex with a camp counselor when he was 13.
I believe he said if this was a rape, it was a really good rape.
Yes, that is actually an exact quote. So, what's fucked up is obviously this person that George Takei had sex with, he was attracted to. So, I could see where George Takei's sort of coming from by saying it's not too bad. But also, on top of that, you know this guy has done this to other people.
Now,
And,
I think
I'm sorry, what?
one of the biggest parts against that was he's actually speaking out against. I'm going to butcher the name, so I'm not even going to try the Milo dude who's been speaking
Milo
out.
Yiannopoulos.
Yeah, that one. Has been speaking out on sort of the right side of a lot of issues, and a lot of people have condemned him for condoning pedophilia, which, if you look at what was actually said during the interview in which he supposedly did that, um, that's completely wrong. And you have George Takei, who speaks out against him, saying that when he was 13, he was raped, and it was a really good rape.
Yeah, that to me just kind of shows the weirdness of this entire situation
Yeah.
because this isn't the first time George Takei's done something like this. This isn't the first time the left has done something like this. And jumping immediately off of this, there was, I believe I sent you the link, but there was a guy, Chris Cuomo from CNN, who tweeted, who was tweeted questions, and one of the questions that he was tweeted was, how would you react if your 12-year-old daughter saw a grown man's penis in a changing room? And Chris Cuomo, this isn't an exact quote, but this is like a summary of what he said. Chris Cuomo said, I wonder if the little girl is intolerant naturally or if it's just her intolerant father that taught her the hate. And it's like, what? Like, someone's taking a stance against their daughter potentially seeing grown man genitals, and you're saying it's intolerant?
That's just wrong on so many different fucking levels.
Like, I don't want to be the one that comes out and says this 100%, but to me, it looks like lately the left is trying to normalize pedophilia.
Well, yeah, you have the whole issue coming out now of being trans age that I've heard a little bit about, where like, oh, you're a grown man, but you feel like a little girl, so you start trying to effectively pick up young boys that are 6, 7, 8, etc.
Like,
All
I know,
underage, you know?
I know I'm not that old, but I'm gonna go out and say this. Back in my day when you did that, Chris Hansen fucking got your ass locked up on Dateline, okay? I mean, this shit This shit's legitimately going too far. Oh, I'm trans this and trans that. No, you're fucking not. Like, I think one of the biggest issues that I have, and I think I've done so far a really good job about keeping my personal opinions out of things. Like, I like to imagine that on this show, I keep my personal opinions to myself. I just try and state the facts. I haven't done a perfect job of it because my personal opinions have leaked through, especially in the last one about heroes. That one got really personal because I've had a personal experience with some of my heroes ended up being fucked up human beings. But I'm going to go out and say this. I'm so far fucking anti-left right now that it's ridiculous. I am anti-transgender because here's why. There are only two genders, boy or girl. That's it. You have sexual identity, which is completely different. And if you want to sexually identify as a fucking...
I sexually identify as an attack helicopter.
There you go. If you want to sexually identify as the goddamn Humpty Dance, go right the fuck ahead. But when a doctor asks you what your gender is, and you say I'm cisgender or fucking transgender or fucking a goddamn leaf can or whatever the fuck they have now, shut the fuck up and tell them what parts you have. Why? Because a dude has a prostate. A chick doesn't. Guess what? A guy can get fucking prostate cancer, and when you're 35, you have to start getting checked for prostate cancer.
I'm not looking forward to that.
No, no one is. Except for, gay dudes and dudes that are okay with that. But,
well.
I mean, come the fuck on, people. There's legitimate health concerns when it comes to this. Like, if you want to sexually identify as some shit, sexually identify as it in your fucking bedroom. Don't start bringing that shit into the real world. Because the real world's going to snap you up by your fucking neck, and it's going to wring you out and leave you high and dry. Okay? No one in the real world is here to fucking cuddle you or coddle you or make you feel special about yourself. That's just the way it is.
See, personally, I don't have an issue with the whole transgender thing as long as it's, something simple like, oh, this dude wants to be a chick. Okay, fine. Not my fucking business. But you start throwing in, like, God, what was the total that they came up with now? It's like 53 different fucking genders.
Shit.
Like, that's,
yeah, and then
gender was just a word that some overly concerned parents came up with because they didn't want their kids saying the word sex.
Let's break this down here, okay? I'm not saying that I'm anti-transgender. Okay? If you're a dude and you feel like a woman, go get a sex change, become a woman. If it makes you more comfortable to walk around in girls' clothes, walk around in girls' clothes. If it makes you more comfortable to walk around in dudes' clothes, walk around in dudes' clothes. Like, my problem is exactly what you're saying, Wild Bill. When this shit starts getting so over the top to the point where it's legitimately damaging. Like, when they're filling out a census form and it says male or female, and they fucking cross it out, and they put agender, which was a huge thing for a while, that's illegal.
Well, you don't have a gender. That's